Hey guys, so somebody sent me a DM recently, and in that DM, he just went straight to the point. Hi, my name is Ebenezer. I'm from Nigeria, and I see that you're an e-commerce professional, and I want you to tell me how I can start dropshipping and start sending products from Nigeria to the US. I admire his audacity, really. I admire his audacity, and that's the kind of thing I like to see. Now, what I'm going to do in this video is instead I'm going to talk to you about how you can drop ship within Nigeria and actually make a lot of money. Again, I've done it before. That was my starting point in this whole e-commerce thing, where I knew that okay, you know what, this is a gold mine. I'm gonna die here. Well, I won't die, but you get what I'm saying. This is the place that I'm going to build my castle, right? And I've used this same e-commerce skill set to, relocate or jackpot, like you guys like to call it. I've used the same e-commerce skill set to make so much money. I've used this e-commerce skill set to give myself a certain lifestyle that I used to think about and dream about when I was younger. Now the dream is bigger, but I know that when I was younger, I was dreaming about where I am today. When I was younger, I was dreaming about where I am today. So I'm a benefit of that success, right? And this whole e-commerce thing. And where I'm gonna start from is what is dropshipping? A lot of people think dropshipping is the same thing as maybe white labeling, what they call white labeling or what they call arbitrage. That's not dropshipping. Um, so basically, dropshipping is you selling a product to somebody. Most of the time, the physical products. You selling a physical product to somebody, and you don't hold stock of that product. So there's a manufacturer or a supplier at the back end that is going to supply directly to that customer. All you are going to do is collect the money from the customer, collect their delivery details, and give it to that supplier at the back end, and then they will deliver directly to your customer, right? That's basically drop shipping. Minimal upfront costs. That's why a lot of people like it. Not a lot of hassle, not a lot of headache. You can take pictures from the internet. You can take pictures from, your supplier can send you pictures. All of that. Very quick and easy to set up. That's the same thing that might spoil your pot of stew. But let's keep going. Now, when it comes to dropshipping, there are typically two types of dropshipping. There is the general store dropshipping, and then there is what I call the niche dropshipping. With general dropshipping, again, from the name you can get an idea of the kind of products you sell there. You will sell all sorts of products. It's a dropshipping product. It's a dropshipping store that doesn't necessarily have a theme, right? They can sell. It's like you going to maybe Shoprite. Shoprite sells everything. Shoprite is like almost a convenience store, sort of, right? It's the same way a general dropshipping store is. From general dropshipping, they sell fashion items, they sell health and beauty items, they sell pharmaceutical items, they sell electronics, all sorts of things are in a generalist store. There is no sort of linkage to the products that are sold in a generalist store. Now, generalist stores are fantastic to start off with. You're able to get your hands dirty when you start a generalist store and things like that. The only problem is when you start a generalist store, is a bit it's all over the place. So you having to find a way to market products can be a bit tricky. But I trust you can find a way now. The next one is the niche. So this is the niche dropshipping store. Again, like the name inclines, niche. This whole dropshipping store is created around a particular niche. Most of the common niches that people see success is in the pet niche. So maybe you make a dropshipping store specifically for dogs or cats or things like that. You know, you are able to make a dropshipping store focused on football, focused on basketball, things like that. You're able to make a niche dropshipping store. Now, with niche dropshipping stores, it is easier and preferred to start with this. The reason why is your marketing materials would have a certain look and feel. So that way, when a customer comes to your store or your website, they kind of feel this sort of authenticity when they land on your platform, on your web page. It doesn't look too noisy. It doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look questionable. The one thing about the internet, if you want to see success on the internet, you need to package it well. You need to package your platform very well. It needs to seem authentic. It needs to seem original. It needs to tick all the boxes that people would immediately think of once they land on your platform. So those are the types of drop shipping. Now, how do you want to get started? Typically, I talk about the PDP. I talk about the PDP framework. Now, when it comes to drop shipping, it's almost the other way around. The PDP framework is problem, data, product, right? So you look for a big enough problem, you find the data that backs it up to say that this is a profitable problem to solve, and then you go and create a product or go and look for a winning product for that. With drop shipping, it's the other way around. You look for a product that is already hot, right? You look for a product that is already hot, you advertise that product on a website. So instead of PDP, it is PAW or PAW, right? So that is winning product, advertising, and then website. Advertising on a website or creating advertising creatives that would then go and lead customers to your website. So that's the PAW framework. That's how you get started. Now, when it comes to profitable dropshipping niches, they are primarily, in my honest opinion and my own experience, they are just four. I would say there are three, but there are actually four. Let me explain. So number one is fashion. Fashion is a very profitable niche. You are able to, well, I would say when it comes to profitable dropshipping niches, the reason why I'm saying they are profitable is because you might not enter into a lot of trouble later down the line. You can start, see some money, and then become a branded store. I always advise people that when you start your dropshipping store and you begin to see success, turn it into a branded e-store as soon as possible. So when it comes to profitable niches, you want to look at fashion. The fashion industry is always profitable, whether as a branded store or a dropshipping store, things like that. You can see how many retail outlets are there just to resell fashion items, just to show you how massive fashion items are. Number two is electronics. Everybody has some form of power bank, earbuds, microphone, laptop, things like that. So when you drop ship these electronics, it's also a profitable niche to drop ship. Now, the third one is accessories. But the way I look at it, it can be fashion accessories or electronics accessories. So fashion accessories could be maybe waist beads, print on demand t-shirts where you can put certain things on a t-shirt, jewelry, earrings, things like that. Sunglasses are very big. I've made a lot of money from sunglasses. When you look at electronics, phone cases, I've made a lot of money from phone cases, guys. That was one of the dropshipping products I started with, phone cases. It was so cheap, and because of how they look and feel, it was easy to resell. Let me put it like that, right? So phone cases are there. Power banks are there, all this now with Nigeria being the way it is, electricity. If you're able to get a power bank that has the solar panel, what's it called? Forms on it, solar panel lids on it. That way you don't need to use electricity to charge your power bank. Once there's sunlight, everywhere is always hot. You can just put your power bank on your roof or somewhere and need to charge. These are the kind of things that are profitable. There are some other niches as well, but I genuinely believe they all fall into either fashion, electronics, or accessories. So for example, somebody will say, the pet industry is a profitable niche. At the end of the day, when you look at what they are selling in the pet industry, is always either a fashion item or an electronics item or an accessories item. So I think when you look at profitable niches, it's always either one of those three: fashion, electronics, or accessories, right? Good. Now, one thing I want to say here, please, if you are dropshipping, never sell anything, health, beauty, supplements, all of that. Don't dare it. Don't you dare. You will fail. I don't used to hide my mouth in these kind of things. So don't try it. If you try health, no. It's a no-go area. Maybe beauty. Maybe you want to drop cheap soap, black soap, or hey, what's it, whitening soap, all those things. Don't you dare, don't try that. For your own safety, don't do it. Now, where do you want to find these winning products? You know, one thing is a lot of people want to drop ship from Nigeria to the US. It's not impossible, though. You can do it. The problem is in the poor framework. I told you, product, advertising, website, right? Good. You see the advertising bit. If you advertise to people in the US, no be small money or make I talk am in pigeon. It's not small money, innit? So you want to make sure that you position you leverage the assets you have, the capacity you have in the best possible place, right? But again, let's imagine you want to drop ship to the US. Nobody me go tell you what to do now. Let's go ahead. You have things like AliExpress. You have things like there's one called AutoDS. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of drop shipping. I have bought products from, I think it was AliExpress I bought products from. It took me about maybe 10 weeks to be delivered. Again, I know the one thing with drop shipping is speed. And I think not just drop shipping, I think nowadays we as customers, not even us as business owners, but we as customers, we now expect a certain time frame when it comes to delivery. And with e-commerce businesses, I've said this in a lot of previous videos, logistics is almost blood. Logistics is blood, advertising is oxygen. Right? Logistics is blood, advertising is oxygen. So you can't live without these things, right? So when it comes to logistics, you need to make sure that your logistics game is tight. And that's why I say drop shipping on places, getting products from places like AliExpress, it get as it be. It just get as it be. It works for some people, but I don't think the people that it works for are drop shipping. Those people are either doing some form of mini importation or what's it called? White labeling. Most of the time, every time I've spoken to somebody, that's how they do it. I've done some white labeling before. I've done some mini importations before. So I have skin in the game, and I can tell you that drop shipping is a no-go. If you want to go get products from AliExpress and all of that, don't drop ship, right? But now, where can you get products from? You are living in Nigeria. And I'm telling you what I did. This is not something that somebody told me that they did it. I did these things. Yaba. So I spent maybe like 10... no. Actually, I spent like maybe 15 to... I spent like 15 to 20 years in Lagos. Is it 15? I think I spent about maybe 15. Yeah, about 15 years in Lagos. Now, while I was in Lagos, Yaba, Computer Village, those places, they were my go-to. When I would go to Computer Village, I used to wear bathroom slippers, Dunlop slippers. I would not dress as fresh boy. I would just go there, see what's happening, see what's moving, see where anybody can get like very good deals. And I'll just, make one or two things happen. Buy like maybe earpiece in bulk or something and resell. It's all those little things that built the momentum to get me to where I am today. Oh, this is the game. I'm giving people the game. And then for Yaba was more for fashion. There was a particular store where I would just go and sit down and I would just look at people like come in, look at stuff. When they are with the item, low-key, I'll be taking pictures of them just to show that, okay, this person came to the store. That's what I'll post online, all of that. That's exactly how I did it. I go into this Yaba store. They had a lot of things that they wanted to do as clearance sale. And I bought some to take pictures and create content. And then when people placed an order, I just went back, picked it up, and shipped it to the customer. Or I actually would call the babe that, Mama, help me ship to this customer. That time, I didn't have anything like packaging or mailer bags or branding, all of that. And that's how dropshipping is. When I moved to Abuja, I didn't need to dropship. By that time, I had the brand. I had two branded stores that were doing pretty well. And I was bringing money. They were bringing money and putting money in my pocket. But I know in Abuja, there is like a spot where people go to like almost like a general market sort of where you can go to and get like very good deals. Go there. Oh, actually, I have a pair of Crocs I bought from there. I bought those Crocs for like 800 naira. Bro, if I show you guys those Crocs, I don't have those. I think they're in the other room. If I show you guys those Crocs, Those Crocs, if I sell it for 3.5, if I sold it for 3.5, nobody will question me. They were like very good. So with drop shipping, especially in Nigeria, you have to have a very good eye for product. Very, very good eye for product. A very sharp eye. Not only just good, it has to be sharp. And that's how you can really see success. Now, wherever you see tailor shop, pack your load there. Just go and look for somebody that is either learning the work or become friends with the owner of the shop. Because like I said, fashion really pops off when it comes to e-commerce and drop shipping. Fashion really pops off. A lot of people are doing fashion today. And people keep questioning, there's so many fashion brands. You will continue to say it. Everybody will start fashion brand and you'll still be looking like Malu. But no verse. You will not look like Malu. No verse. But you get what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of people are doing these things already. Once you see a spot where people are selling a tailor spot or a seamstress or a fashion design spot, trust me, you can talk to somebody there. Let them start sewing on demand for you. You just make a particular outfit, take some pictures, get some good content, post on your socials, post on your website, get your orders rolling, and then once it's time, the person will sew. Some of these people, they can sew in 1 day, 3 days, things like that. I'm giving you guys game of how a lot of us are making money online legally. Okay, legally, and that's typically how you want to do it. Now, what are the tools that are required? Number one, you need to understand either Meta advertising or TikTok advertising. You need to understand one of those two. I would honestly suggest Meta advertising because the audience on Instagram, they're already what I call warm audience. They're already used to buying on Instagram. They're already used to, some of them are used to going to websites to buy. You want to have WhatsApp, and then you want to go and learn how to advertise on Meta or TikTok, preferably Meta, because a lot of us Nigerians were already warm on Meta. TikTok too is popping off, don't get me wrong, but you know what? Once you learn Meta, it's easy to learn TikTok. That's just the honest truth. It's not too difficult. They're kind of similar in their ads manager. That reminds me, never boost within the app. Go and learn how to run ads on the ads manager. If you want me to make a video on that, let me know. If you want to do a one-to-one, let me know. Go and look for money app. Learn this. It's a very important skill. This is a life-changing skill to have. But yeah, let me continue. What else again? Website is good because it kind of packages the whole thing, makes you look very serious, makes you look like, very professional, things like that. Now, what are the bottlenecks with drop shipping? Whether you like it or not, one day, your ad account will get blocked or it will get banned. You can't miss it. You can't miss it. I'm speaking from experience here. This is somebody that of my own personal money, I've spent more than at least $4,000. I've also spent a lot of naira. So, like I told you before, I have advertised across. I've done my advertising for products across. I've also done it within Nigeria. So I'm speaking from experience. They will block your ad account. Mark Zuckerberg is, one day Mark Zuckerberg I say Zuckerberg. You shall know what I'm talking about. He will wake up one day and say, oh boy, it's time to block this chap's account, and he will block it. Right? That's the problem in dropshipping because there's so much trademark, there's so much infringement, so much violations involved when it comes to dropshipping. Shopify as well, they might even show you shaggy because some of the products that you put, somebody will send them cease to desist or all of those funny things. They will say, oh boy, oh yeah, take it down. You have to take it down. You can't sell it. And my major problem in dropshipping, once you see success, boys go come now. There's one of my it's not a dropshipping store now, it's kind of branded. One of my stores where when we started, we were only 5. I counted all of us, we were only 5. And that was 2017. That was 2017 or so. We were only 5. Now we plenty. And more people are entering, and they've messed up the place. And that's because in business, they say it's barrier to entry. With dropshipping, the barrier to entry is very low. So you would automatically, you expect a lot of competition. And that's one of the major bottlenecks. You have no control over logistics. If your supplier or manufacturer decides to move mad or more, you cannot move mad with them. It's to beg. Either you beg or you return the money and then you go and fight with them. That's the crazy bit. When it comes to creating content as well, because you don't have access to the products, it's a bit difficult to create content. right? So it's all these little things that they can just make the business one kind. They can just make the business one kind. However, it's not a bad idea to start. It's not a bad idea to start dropshipping. I always advise people that, when you want to test your product or your branded stuff, when you want to build a branded e-commerce store, start with dropshipping. As if possible, start with dropshipping, just so that you can test the product, see what it's like, see how people react to it, things like that. Now, when it comes to business and legal setups, because you want to be as professional as possible, the packaging needs to be tight when it comes to dropshipping. The one thing I'll say is you need to register your business name, at least business name. If you don't want to do LLC, fine, no problem, but do business name. I think the last time I did a business name, I did it for 5K, and I think I did like maybe 3 or 4. But that was when Prof was VP, and he did one fantastic deal. Now I think business teams are like what, maybe 15 to 35K. If a lawyer does it for you, I think you can even do it yourself. There are videos here on YouTube where people talk about how you can register all these things by yourself, right? So get that sorted out. You need a domain. Now get a very, very nice name. Get a fantastic name. Make sure the name you get for your business correlates with your domain name and the products you are selling. Don't go and get a name of Kehinde Furniture and be selling phone accessories. Phone accessories. You see that they don't line up. So make sure you pick a name that works. And then, make sure you have good relationships with your suppliers or manufacturers. Those are the guys that are in control of your business. You think it's you that's in control. Lies. They're the ones that are in control of your business. So you want to make sure you have all of that set up. And that's pretty much it, guys. Now, if you've not subscribed, what's your problem? You know what? Just subscribe. Let me not fight with you. This is the perfect time to subscribe. All right? Take time. Now, this is the perfect time to subscribe. In case, you're enjoying this video, just subscribe. As you have subscribed, share it with your friends and family. Let them also come and learn about dropshipping. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of dropshipping, but it's a good way to start. All right? So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.